thank you for, coming to another episode of M.I.C.S podcast. We was actually, in the middle of talking about just some challenges that we had in our life growing up, some life lessons and things that we feel like we need to tell you as far as like what y'all shouldn't do. There's certain things I just feel like people should just stop doing, Do you feel that way?
Just things that people should stop doing?
Yeah, things that people should stop doing. Just
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just stop doing. Okay,
just stop doing.
Why don't you you tell us about it?
Okay. Well, I think we get to a certain age, there's certain like fast food places and things like that. I just think that it needs to just stop. I think we need to stop going to these fast food places. I think they have an age restriction at certain places, Yeah. I don't know about for you, but I'm just not the same as far as, how I process certain food. You still got a young body. I don't know, but I don't.
No.
Yeah. So, number one on the list is Taco Bell. We talked about it before, I believe, but I really feel like Taco Bell need to be discontinued. Even though I wouldn't mind being, sponsoring Taco Bell, but for just more so discontinue for people 38 and up. Yeah, Taco Bell makes you leak.
Makes you leak.
Yeah, it makes you leak. Once you get past 38, it just makes you leak.
I've never leaked from Taco Bell.
Do you eat Taco Bell often?
I've ate it since I've been 40.
And it don't make you leak?
No, I think no.
Yeah, it makes you leak. It makes you leak.
Leak what? Like leak.
You really, what you mean? Like
where are you leaking at? Where's the leak at?
Not my mouth. Yeah, so recently that's when I realized I had to RIP Taco Bell. I went to I work at a bank and went to my lunch break, and normally when I go on break I have somebody relieve me or whatever to be at my station. And so I went to Taco Bell during lunch. I knew it was a mistake. But sometimes, your body just be like, it's Taco Bell time,
Okay.
Yeah. And so I went to Taco Bell and had me a Nacho Bell Grande. Yeah. And when I got back to work, I just felt just drenched. Drenched, just wet.
Oh, wow.
And I had like,
Pause.
Yeah, just drenched, just drip dropping. And so
like
the lady,
like sweating or
I don't know what it was. It was just I don't know. I did check. I don't know. It just maybe it's sweat. I don't know. Maybe how like sometimes you got to go real bad to the bathroom and you just start sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, I guess. Okay. Yeah. But so I talked to like my little partner. We was switching, and I was like, "Girl, don't go too far. I'm gonna need you to cover me again. Don't go too far." Yeah, and I had gray dress pants on. Yeah, it looked like I had the golden arches in the back of my pants. Like it was an M. It was an M sweat line. Yeah, so I think that, Taco Bell is good for the young with young bodies and, young digestive systems. But I think once you get a certain age, you need to stop. That's all. Just need to, you had your fun, you lived, and you just need to just stop, and that's it. Yeah. And Burger King needs to go too.
Burger King.
Okay. Yeah, it's not the same how it used to be. It needs to go. It's too expensive. And not at the same time because you can get 20 nuggets for $1. Something's wrong with that. I don't trust that. Everything else is super expensive. You get a Whopper, that's like $7.
You said 20 nuggets for
you can get
$1?
$20. Yes, $1.34 or something like that. You didn't see that?
No.
I don't trust that. I'm not eating no nuggets. That's 20 nugget, a 20 piece for $1. But everything else is like $15.
What happened back in the day when that was cheaper than that?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I don't think nobody getting nuggets from Burger King, but the burgers be ridiculous. They be overpriced. But back in the day, everything back in the day was good though. When we was kids, I don't know if just the food was just made better back in the day,
cheap.
but it was reasonable. Remember, like the McDonald's Sunday and Wednesday, they had like the cheeseburgers for like 39 cents.
Yeah,
That's just how old
you ain't
we
think
are.
nothing was wrong with that? It's only now that something's $1.
Well, you want me to, how about I buy? You got a Burger King close to you somewhat. So how about next time I come to see you, I'll bring the 50 piece for $1, and I want to see you eat it. I want you you should eat it on camera. Eat it during the podcast while we're talking.
I actually I haven't eaten chicken nuggets.
Well, you about to have some soon.
18 years or something like that.
What's wrong with chicken nuggets?
I've never been a fan of chicken nuggets.
It's just chicken. It's little nuggets.
Never been a fan of chicken nuggets. If it's free, if someone just gave me some chicken
I'm about to buy you some 100 piece for $2.
I don't buy chicken nuggets if I go out to eat somewhere.
But I'm sorry about that. So are you judging people that do eat chicken nuggets as adults?
Nah, I just never.
You feel like this is a kid thing?
A lot of stuff I don't eat. I just, I ain't judging nobody for eating chicken nuggets. I just never was a chicken nugget person. Well, even as a kid, I never cared for chicken nuggets.
Well, you're gonna have some soon. Next time I come back, I'm gonna have that 200 piece for $3 for Burger King.
How come it's getting bigger and bigger?
I don't know. Like
pieces for $1. Then now it's 50 pieces. That's 120 pieces.
Yes. Yeah, so I don't want you to eat on the podcast while we talk. I just want you to, while we talking. I don't
eat nuggets, so even if you got, I would eat them.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it's like I'm not.
I want you to tell me how it tastes because I'm not
you're
trying.
Saying
I'm not trying to. So I want you to judge it. Like it's like a review, a food review. You can tell to everybody else.
I don't think I've ever had a Burger King nugget either.
Me neither, but you will.
Wendy's had the best nuggets.
They do. I do. I think people argue that McDonald's do, but I agree with you about Wendy's. That's about when they are fresh.
Yeah, I think they always make theirs somewhat fresh.
No, I had some.
Wendy's out of all the restaurants, they make their burgers kind of, you get them.
The burger be fine, but I had some old nuggets.
Yeah, see, that's what I think with the Taco Bell. I think you might have went to one of them bad Taco Bells.
No, I went to a good one out in a nice area, nice neighborhood. Everything was
by where you work.
Yes, and that's nice.
That one, no.
You don't even know where exactly I work.
I know where you work.
It's nice over there. It's nice and bright.
Trust me.
The Taco Bell was nice and bright.
Taco Bell ain't nice.
The Taco Bell was nice and bright.
Well, it couldn't have been that good because you was leaking all over the place. So.
I wasn't leaking all over the place. I was just leaking.
But
it was controlled.
Taco
Bell,
controlled. That Taco Bell gave you some. What was it? Ariana Grande. What'd you say? You got from Taco Bell?
I did not say Ariana Grande. That's a person. That's a whole person. I said Nacho Bell Grande, not Ariana Grande. That's a whole. That's an individual. Wow. Whoa.
Bell Grande.
Whoa. Okay. All right. We'll move past that.
So you should. No one past 35. You said should be eating Taco Bell or Burger King.
Yes, and I also feel like they need to get rid of Arby's. They got the meat. But do they? Do they have the meat that people want to eat? It sounds really good, really terrible. But
you keep the leaking thing.
With Arby's, I don't know. Outside of their curly fries, they need to shut down. I'm surprised they haven't yet. Every time I see Arby's, I don't really see too many people in the line, but yet they still be open.
No, that's true. I've seen Arby's growing up, and I was like, what is that?
I don't know.
I've never, as an adult, I've tried Arby's. This is before they had the meats. They just had the roast beef. That's all they had.
Before they had the meats.
Yeah, now they got different stuff. They got other meats. Before it was just roast beef, something with cheese, one with this, and it was all roast beef stuff. I've never. No one when I grew up was like, "Hey, I want to go to Arby's."
No.
Everybody was like Burger King, McDonald's.
They need to stop.
Never Arby's. I'm surprised they're still around too.
But then I definitely wasn't trying their steak bites. I know people was trying it online and stuff. I can't.
Steak bites.
Yeah, they was selling like little like chicken nuggets, but it was like steak bites.
That actually sound pretty good.
Yeah, but not from Arby's.
I don't know. They got ever since they tried that new campaign. Some of their stuff we had this bourbon burger or not burger. It was a bourbon chicken sandwich or something like that. It was actually pretty good.
Now I do like sometimes because I'm a buffalo chicken sandwich person. This is a fat podcast episode, by the way.
Oh,
excuse me. Oh, COVID. But they do make when it's fresh a decent buffalo chicken sandwich because I do like those. I don't know if you like that, but
I've never tried it.
You know, I'm talking about in general, like
from Arby's
or anywhere.
Oh.
You ever had a buffalo chicken sandwich?
It was at I think Fridays, TGI Fridays. It was a buffalo chicken sandwich. It was like dipped. It was like a dip sandwich, or a buffalo dip chicken. It was a fried. I guess they dipped it in buffalo sauce, and they had like
it's not too much work. I like mine's already tossed in the sauce. Like I don't really.
Where did you go to get this buffalo sandwich you're talking about?
Well, the one I'm talking about, I had it at Arby's, but I'm saying I had it at other places too. But usually it's already tossed in the sauce.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, so but Arby's, yeah, that's pretty good. But the meat and cheese sandwich with that random Arby's sauce, which is what is that, by the way? What is that barbecue sauce? Like what? It's like thin and it's undescribable. Like what is that barbecue sauce?
Arby's enough to know.
Well, yeah, I don't know what it is. Like it's just out of this world type sauce. Like you just what are the ingredients?
They gotta have their own little special sauce to make people come back.
Well, you know, sometimes
that Arby's sauce.
Sometimes you can tell, like even like with the Big Mac sauce, like you can kind of tell like what they probably use to make the Big Mac sauce.
Yeah.
But the Arby's sauce, Pat, I don't know what that is, but it's fine. So either way, it just needs to go. Okay. Even though I was there the other week. Okay.
Okay.
I was there this weekend.
Dang. Needs to go.
But it need to go.
The last time you went.
The last time I went, the food wasn't good, so I looked dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't blame anybody but myself. I couldn't be mad at Arby's. Like it just wasn't good. The fried, I didn't get the curly fries, which is the only thing they strong on. I got crinkled. That was terrible.
Crinkled fries?
Yeah, it just tasted like they fried it for like 1 minute. Like I was eating frozen fries. Like I don't know.
Soggy fry or something like that?
They just didn't taste done. You know, they just weren't ready just yet.
Yeah.
But they decided to give it to me.
McDonald's fries like that before.
Just potato. You eating a potato?
It's like you could tell like it was in there but not long enough.
Yeah.
So the fry was soggy. It wasn't
yeah.
You know, you gotta have a little crisp to it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. It was like it was still had the oil on it. It was, you know.
Yeah.
It was crunchy, but like eating a potato, not
like a French fry, like you want it. Yeah,
not like chewing a potato.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
You know.
Yeah.
Crunch. You know, a bit of raw potato, it'd be like crunchy, but it ain't tasting good. But yeah.
And my last place, because I'm not coming for everywhere. McDonald's is okay.
How come all of these other places got to go, but McDonald's can stay?
It barely can stay. It's barely stayable.
Everybody's like McDonald's.
Wendy's is okay. I said Wendy's was okay.
Go, huh?
I said Wendy's is okay. McDonald's it can stay. I'm not saying this place got to go, but I'm the next place I'm about to say. But I will say this, that you again, it's in the Taco Bell status where you can't be over a certain age to eat here. And it's Rallies, or depending where you at, Checkers. So you can't be over a certain age eating Rallies. Like Rallies is big all that grease. Like
you don't like the big Buford?
Nah, the food good. Like I'm not saying like even with Taco Bell, like
they got the curly fries too.
Yeah, the food is good, but the grease, like they literally, I promise you, like one time I was in the drive-thru. You know how you kind of see like inside a little bit?
Yeah.
And somebody like took my fries. I swear they just put some extra grease on top of the fries. Like it had another little cup or something. They just like, I'm telling man. I put it in the bag. I swear. I still ate it, but I swear.
Hey, we got a big one coming. Let's put some extra grease on this.
Forget you.
I'll say.
Oh,
but
God.
You say you rolled up and like they looked at you and was like.
Yeah, no. It'd be good though. It'd be good, but it don't be good to you. Like it's been a couple of times. Yeah, I just just people just stop. Everybody just stop. Just do better. Same thing. Oh, one more place. The 7-Eleven hot dogs. Now the way I like it,
quarter pounder gotta go.
No. I'm just saying it don't have to go, but I just feel like people need to stop eating it. Especially if you eat a hot dog like I eat. Like I smother my hot dog with like cheese. Like you can't even see like the hot dog no more.
All of these questionable things you talk about.
It's only in your mind. But anyway.
The hot dog,
it's food. Meats. It's food. You don't want to talk about you like your fries hard.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
You was about to say it, but you stopped yourself. Yeah, you want your fries hard.
No, I didn't say
it's okay. If you want your fries hard, it's fine.
Right, so how do you like your glizzy? That's how you should. You want your glizzy what?
My what? My glizzy?
The glizzy.
Oh, my glizzy.
The 7-Eleven glizzy.
What's a glizzy? That's what it's called?
Well, that's what the kids call it nowadays.
Oh, gosh. I ain't
no
never
longer
heard
hot
that.
dogs are called glizzies.
I ain't never heard that.
And you say you like your glizzy with what on
I don't like it. It's just a hot dog. I don't like glizzy. I don't like how that sounds. I don't know what that is. It's a
hot dog.
7-Eleven hot dog, a quarter pounder bit bag. I just feel like, you just need to stop. Many people need to stop eating it, Yeah. If you're going to eat it regular, it's fine. Like just a little mustard on a little ketchup. It has some dignity. But if you just want to just
you don't want it with the cheese and
the onions and the relish,
the cheese and the chili.
I would put so much like cheese and chili on that thing that when I buy my chips on the side, I have enough cheese and chili to dip my chips in, and I also eat the hot dog with a knife and fork because I can't even find it. That's how much stuff, yeah. And
so 7-Eleven hot dogs, Burger King, Arby's, Taco Bell.
They gotta go, yeah.
And that's it. That's the end of your list.
I think that is for now, but just
no KFC, no chicken spot that
I like my chicken, so the chicken places are safe,
even though they're bathed in grease.
They're safe. They're not like as greasy as the other places. Just
it depends on which KFC you go to, but yeah.
To be honest, I don't really feel like KFC need to be mentioned. It's like one of those things where it's just if I talk about it,
no,
because it's not like
Popeyes or KFC?
Oh, what are you asking? I'm sorry.
None of the chicken places.
No, they're fine. They're because I like my chicken.
Okay.
I like my chicken. KFC is not it's not how it used to be. But depending where you at, if you go further down in the country, side of the country, it get better. So that's why I don't really come too hard for it. I feel the same way about Bojangles because Bojangles here where we're at, we're in Virginia. It's not as good as when you go down south. You get Bojangles like in South Carolina, Georgia. It's a different experience. So that's why I'm like, some chicken places I don't really touch. But actually, that's everywhere. All the fast food for real. Because I remember, I could be wrong, but somebody, if y'all get on the comments, whatever, y'all can correct me. But I swear, my best McDonald's experience as an adult was in Georgia, and they serve Kool-Aid. And of course I got some, because I love my grape Kool-Aid. Actually,
it was great.
It was I had great Kool-Aid with my quarter pounder.
If it was a fountain
I was in drive-through.
Oh, I'm saying, but did they get out the fountain drink?
I don't know where they got it from. I don't know if somebody got
in the bag with the big.
Somebody made it in the bag. I don't think it was a fountain drink
or the big bag,
or they had like those, those big bottles, those clear things.
Turned it.
Somebody grandma was making that Kool-Aid because
it black Kool-Aid,
It was what?
The black Kool-Aid, was it like heavy?
Yes, it was right.
I never
like somebody grandma made that Kool-Aid.
Never been a fan of the black Kool-Aid.
No, I'm talking about it was grape. I think you're talking about black as in a black person Kool-Aid.
No, black Kool-Aid
has
a certain amount of sugar in it.
You talking about black people Kool-Aid?
Yeah, how black people
and you
make
say you wasn't a fan of that?
How black people make Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
That's just diabetes in a jug.
Wow. You saying this live? Oh gosh, wow.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
hey,
being
look,
recorded. It's being
it's not a
recorded.
popular
Wow.
opinion, but
Wow.
I can't,
Yeah.
I ain't like the white Kool-Aid neither.
So you just don't like Kool-Aid?
I liked it, but it just couldn't be too much or too little.
Didn't you steal some Kool-Aid from me before?
What's this got to do with it? What's this got to do with this?
I'm just saying, you stole some.
Kool-Aid. And, hey,
came to my house and stole Kool-Aid
My
packs.
brother was there too. So
Yeah, you came in my house and stole our Kool-Aid. You heard it here live. Yes,
I did.
After talking about you don't like Kool-Aid.
I didn't say I didn't like Kool-Aid. I said I don't like.
Clearly you do. You like it.
I didn't say I didn't like Kool-Aid.
You did. You didn't say that. Yeah, you're right.
I said that.
I just want to put you out there.
The dark Kool-Aid, but the heavy sugar Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a fan of that.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not at all. But none of the chicken spots. Taco Bell, Burger King, 7-Eleven, Glizzy's.
Oh my God.
What else you say? Arby's. They gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, or people need to just stop at a certain point.
Stop at a certain point.
Yeah,
which is 35. You said.
I would say 38 and up.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that's a real weird number to say, but
Okay.
38. Because I feel like you got to start changing your mind the closer you get to 40. I feel like there needs to be like a grace period between a certain age and 40 where you start to kind of like change your ways.
Change your ways.
Yeah, because I feel like 35, that's 5 years to 40. I feel like 30 is a good crisp time to start to kind of like, you know what? I'm going to put this 7-Eleven hot dog down.
Yeah, maybe. But if you go on a break and, the closest thing to you is a 7-Eleven.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely had a 7-Eleven hot dog recently, but I'm just saying people should stop. I have a problem. So don't be like me.
Yeah.
I definitely have a problem. And, I definitely be paying for it. Yeah. Especially because like a lot of these places I be wanting to go to, that the wrong places, it be late.
Late at night.
Yeah, it's like you don't really think about Taco Bell until like 10, 11 o'clock at night.
12 o'clock.
Yeah, because you in your mind, like if you hungry late, you want something that's gonna still be fresh, relatively fresh or whatever. You don't want no old food because the place is about to close or whatever. So you want something that open late, and it just be wrong. It's been a couple of times where I felt like, I was about to, take me to the king. Like I just thought that, I just thought this was it. Waking up in the middle of the night with feel like I might have a heart attack, but it was just like, I don't know what it was from a reaction from the food, heartburn.
And that's what it's supposed to teach you. You're not supposed to be that late at night going.
But when you was younger, you could do that. You was eating like I was up all night eating. I mean, clearly.
Up all night eating.
Yeah, just eating everything, just up. Can't do that now.
I can't recall. Well, I can't relate. But
you sure? All right.
Yeah,
Give me a say so. All right.
Yeah, but when you brought up this topic, I wasn't thinking that you was gonna go fast food.
I know, right?
I went on a tangent about, with things that gotta go at a certain age. I'm thinking, okay, he's about to say some like, some deep.
That is deep. That's how you survive. You can't be eating this stuff and that
mental baggage you've been carrying around for a certain amount of time. You need to let that go. Don't hold on to things like that. Let it go.
No.
You talk about letting go.
But that stuff is important. Like it's gonna help you survive.
That's true.
Don't you want to live?
Yeah, I do. But
yeah,
I didn't know you was gonna go.
So heed my advice. That's it.
I mean, I don't think that's gonna stop anything. I think you're still gonna go eat Taco Bell.
Yeah, because I still do it.
And then
But I feel like people need to talk about it. I feel like certain things people just be scared to say. And sometimes we just need to just talk about how wrong we be sometimes, and that's all. And
Yeah.
and in hope of changing and making, better choices.
Yeah, Taco Bell, Burger King,
Exactly.
Arby's, none of the chicken spots.
Exactly. Yeah.
All of those are good.
Yeah, the chicken, save the chicken.
Save the chicken.
I'm like
Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, the Chick-fil-A, that can stay too. Yep. All the chicken places, yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I whatever it goes, man. Whatever's open, wherever's close, go for it.
So you just eat anything?
Not anything. I mean, you got to be, choose wisely, but sometimes you ain't got a choice. All these food deserts out here,
Food deserts, okay.
Food deserts. You live in the hood. You don't really got a ton of choices of which one you want to go to. Whatever one is close. We got a lot of McDonald's in the hood. It's like a McDonald's every other block or something like that.
That's true.
When you ain't got a choice, you gotta eat with what you got. Arby's, not Arby's. Riley's or Checkers, I always see those only in the hood. I don't never see them any other place. Have you seen the Riley's in the
nice neighborhood?
Somewhere?
No, you're right. I haven't thought about it.
And then McDonald's, you might get a McDonald's every couple miles if you're in a nicer area.
So what's in the nicer areas? What do they have?
They got Chick-fil-A for sure. They got Starbucks.
Okay, you're right.
As soon as I said two, you was like, "Oh, okay, you're right."
Yeah,
we don't got no Starbucks out here. I mean, we don't got Starbucks, and not that I go to Starbucks like on a regular or anything. It's just there's certain places that you have that's abundant in certain areas. Like we got a ton of those. 7-Eleven every block. We got a 7-Eleven.
Oh, that's true.
7-Eleven's all the places you mentioned, other than we don't have tons of Taco Bells, but there's Taco Bell sprinkled about. Yeah. But the McDonald's for sure. We got a few Burger Kings. We got Riley's. We got the chicken spots. Got a few KFCs. But Chick-fil-A, we got one. No, we got two. It's two.
No, three.
Where's
the one by the mall, the outlet mall.
Oh yeah, there's that one. Yeah. Well, there's a few of them, but it took a long time, and I wouldn't even consider that outlet one that's like borderline in the
nicer area.
Yeah, but either way, I don't know. I think you get what you get. Unfortunately, that's how it works. We don't have the luxury of having the stuff that is probably healthy for us.
I think people they really need to go back to cooking. People don't like have Sunday dinners. Like, when the last time people talk about Sunday dinners and making these big lavish
meals?
There's
no families anymore. That's the bigger problem. There's more single people than ever.
So that could be something that'll lead to something deeper outside of the the fast food part of things I need to change. You need to bring back Sunday dinners. People don't even eat dinners together no more. Like, you have like a wife and kids, and
they can't. They
everybody.
Don't have the time. People are working.
Even if they all home, I've been noticing like people just be like the kids be in their room eating.
People be at work. Mama gotta work. Daddy gotta work. Everybody gotta work to make sure the lights are still on.
I'm telling you, but even if they all home at the same time, they still not eating together.
I don't think they're not home at the same time most of the time. That's just how it is, man. It's a different time, man. Back then we can go to one of those places that you're telling everybody that has to go. You go there, get a whole meal for the family for like under $10.
Yeah.
Now, in order to get that meal for the whole family, it's 2 days of work.
Yeah.
Depending on how much you make an hour, to shoot,
and the food may not even be fresh.
Yeah, you paying for that. You go to McDonald's, get 2 Happy Meals and a Big Mac meal, and that 2 apple pies. You might be at already like $40 right there.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. So mom and dad got to go to work just to get 2 meals. 2 meals for Burger King. Unless they're getting that whatever 100 nugget thing you was talking about.
We had 1,000 now.
I mean,
1,000 nuggets for $1.
Yeah, you keep going up 1,000 nuggets, unless again that. I mean, now you know. So the Sunday dinners cost a lot too. I mean, just to get enough to feed everybody. But you know,
I think it's cheaper to go out. Like I'm talking about like a sit down. Because some people they'll forfeit a Sunday dinner cooking at the house, and actually, you sit down at a restaurant, you paying hundreds.
Who family you talking about? Who's doing this?
A lot of people like
Monday.
Get outside.
You got to pay for tips and stuff.
Yeah,
no.
people go like, which sit down restaurant have you seen empty? Like, what you mean? People be at the restaurants.
Nah, people like me and you, or you talk about somebody else?
Like me and you. Well, me and you different. You, I don't know what you be doing, but
I'm saying
I be at the sit down restaurant.
I'm not talking about me and you. I'm talking about me and you.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Let crab leg season come back. Yes.
No.
Yes. You ain't paying attention. But anyway, it's fine. I can't make you see.
I think it's the younger people, the ones that try to impress people or something like that.
No.
At the end of the day, sitting down at a restaurant.
No, that's all I was doing last weekend. I was seeing a whole bunch of all the races at the restaurant with me.
You got money, you know.
Okay.
Everybody got money like you.
Well, you know,
what I mean,
y'all need to step it up.
Struggling.
I need to step it up.
I mean, we struggling. We
trying to step it up.
We can barely afford McDonald's. You know, so sitting down at a restaurant, that's tip. Yes,
that's a lot of people.
That's the entree.
You need to go outside.
You can't get no appetizer.
Yeah, you need to go outside.
No, I think I'm fine where I'm at.
Stay in your house and save your money. I'm just saying so you can see.
It's too expensive out there.
That's what I'm saying. So you can see.
I don't think, I got a few family members working in a restaurant field, and I just don't. I don't, I don't know. I just think
save your money.
I think that I don't know, people, if stuff got to go or it has to stay. I just think that we all struggling out here, man.
Is there anything that you
just gotta save your money?
Is there anything that you feel like people should like stop doing or change? Or you feel like, you know what, you just mind your business. Like people do what they want to do.
There's a lot of stuff people should stop doing. And that's being polite is one of them.
Expound upon that one. What you mean?
I think people need to stop being fake. I think people need to stop being delusional. You know what I'm saying? They need to wake up to reality. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
These are the things that really people need to stop.
Wow.
It's the truth. It's unfortunate.
My head go back with that.
It's unfortunate, It's unfortunate that we all kind of live in this state of delusion, we can't, somebody got to live in reality at some point in time.
I don't know. I see what you're trying to say, but like I said, I work at a bank, and so I have two different people. Well, I have different types of people that come in there, members, and I would rather for people to be polite than the mean people who.
I ain't say nothing about being mean.
Well, because sometimes people don't have a middle ground.
Yeah, I'm not saying being mean to anybody, but I
you
do
say
feel like
people being like being fake. Sometimes it's like just being polite, and fake. It could just really just going hand in hand when it comes to just
it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it can go hand in hand when it comes to like just interacting with people. Like sometimes you may not be having a good day.
Mm-hmm.
And you may not want to talk to nobody. You may just be upset with everybody. Mm-hmm. And so it's like your real feelings is anger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't come to work being angry, and still keep a job. And it doesn't make people feel good when you come in feeling how you feel when you need service. So
no, see the thing is I'm separating this from work because obviously you need to keep a job. But I think this transcends past work. This goes into just your everyday life, And it's nothing about being mean. I mean, it's a way about doing stuff. People feel it's like, when people say, hey, I was just being real. And a lot of times it's just an excuse to be mean to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that. There's a way about saying and doing things that doesn't require you to be mean to a person, but also doesn't mean you have to be fake to a person at the same time. This that saying, the old folks used to say, you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And sometimes that's the best thing to do, just don't say nothing at all. And that sometimes it works, It works. It spares people's feelings. Maybe certain things don't need to be said. And you could be honest with it. Just be like, hey, how are you doing today? Oh, I'm okay. It doesn't mean you're like, hey, I'm not saying nothing to you. Leave me alone. You don't have to be mean to somebody. Just, just say it in your own way without being mean. But I feel like we've got so accustomed to being lied to and being fake to everybody that now it's like, if you don't do it, now it becomes like, hey, what's wrong with that person? Ain't nothing wrong with me. I feel like bottling all that stuff in does damage to your inside.
Yeah,
like when you suppress that, your feelings and stuff, because you have to interact with people throughout the day. I know that, I know people may not relate to what I'm saying, but I know that there's people that be like, you be like, when someone's being polite to you or you're being polite to them and you're like, oh, just go away. In your mind, in your inner thoughts, you're like, oh, just leave me alone, You never felt that way?
Well, I feel,
and then when they leave, you get that sigh of relief, like, oh,
Well, I feel that what you're what you're saying people should do, it only will work for you because like everybody, or like for like your type of people, like your
dang,
no, like your personality, like your personality type. That's what I'm saying, like, because I feel like most people would take that to the extreme.
So you're saying you rather be lied to?
No, what I'm saying is that I just want people to still be nice and polite.
To be lied to.
To be nice and polite.
To be lied to.
Especially because, like, if you have a service type of job, like you have
that's a job. I'm not saying that job.
But I'm just saying, even the people who you encounter at your job.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
The
like,
customers?
Yes.
That's your job. I'm not talking about at your job. You got to keep your job.
Well, I don't really.
I'm talking about an interaction. Like me and you are talking outside and you want me to be like, hey, you look nice today. And you don't. And I'm like, and
you
want me to say, oh, yeah, hey, do I look fat? No, you look beautiful or something like that. That part, at some point, isn't this damaging to a person? You're lying to this person their whole life. Then they go out and they do something thinking that there's something that and other people are like, hey, who told you that? Who told you to come outside looking like that? My mom told me I was beautiful.
Well, okay.
At some point, you gotta be real with people because they live in this make believe land.
But everybody can't handle the truth.
I'm not saying be mean about it. It's always
I'm just saying, like, even if you
saying it without being mean.
If you want to do certain things, I'm saying like people don't have they don't know how to do that.
Because we're not taught that. We're taught to be polite.
I know. So
that's
the situation we're in. Then
I'm saying, but that's what
we can't go back in time.
We can't. It's a way about teaching people to be a certain way without being mean. But we teach people to be polite, which is fake. That's what we do.
So you don't feel like people should be polite at all, even if that's like who they are.
People are nice and genuine nice people. Trump all of the polite stuff, because I feel polite is worse than being mean or anything. Polite people will show you a certain side of them that isn't real, and then they only get exposed when you catch them off guard. For instance, if someone's struggling with something and you're a nice person, you as a nice person will help regardless of being noticed. You'll just run over there. Hey, you need some help with that? Oh, wow. Where'd you come from? Oh, yeah, I could use some help. A polite person will see a person struggling to hurry up out the way so they don't see him. It'll be like, because you don't want to go over there and help them. It did. If they catch eyes, oh, I got to go over there and help them. That's a polite person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that is one of the worst type of people to deal with. Somebody that's that polite. You're not really nice. You just being polite. Okay. It's certain things. Like if someone does it, if the person's far enough away, you're like, well, I'm not going to hold the door for this person because he's all the way over there. That nice person might sit back and wait. Hey, you didn't have to do that. That's fine. I was just, you're holding all that stuff here. Just go inside, The polite person be like, hopefully they don't know. I'm gonna act like I see them, but I'm gonna act like I didn't see them and just hurry up inside and let the door close behind me. That's a polite person.
Mm-hmm.
And then we walk around and be like, oh, maybe he didn't notice. No, he saw you. He just didn't want to hold the door for you.
Mm-hmm.
This type of stuff. And that's me being an observant person, I notice this stuff. I see it. And I don't like it. I'd rather you just be upfront and say, yeah, I closed the door. I mean, don't say it, but I just, if you don't close the door, just close the door. Don't act like you meant to do it. I didn't see you there or whatever it is. Just.
So let me.
You know what I mean?
I just want to make sure I understand this, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. So part of what you're saying is that people should just kind of like, just have like real feelings, like be them, be yourself, and not add, and not add feelings that's not your true feelings. Like just be you, keep it real, like how you feel.
I hate trying to figure a person out. You ever met a person, you're like, you're trying to figure them out, you're not sure. They're telling you stuff and you're like, man, I don't know, And then you find out that they've been lying to you the whole time, or that, that's not who they are and stuff like that. Trying to figure a person out is one of the worst things, because we're so used to this fake interaction. How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. Da, 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 da. And then you ever been with a person that's doing that? Like they do this, they come in, they say hello, how you doing? And they're talking to everybody, these friendly people, right? And then when the door closes and then that person walks out there, man, I can't believe that. I can't stand that person. They start doing that. You're like, but you were just saying all this nice. You always coming, but the whole time they have all of this animosity towards the person. Now that's where if you ain't got nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. Just don't say nothing to the person. This person walks in, you say hello, how you doing, and you don't have that other person don't have no clue that you don't like them. Because you're always being polite. But then if they only knew how you really felt, I wouldn't even interact with that person. I wouldn't even, hey, how you doing? I ain't saying that to that person. If I would know that you don't really like me in the first place. But because people are so commonly doing this stuff, is that, we've been walking around interacting and talking to people that, in reality, they're like, man, I wish you wouldn't say nothing to me. And y'all save me some energy.
Well, I do want to say something. So now that I got the full picture, I agree with you. Because, like, when you watch this video back, you're going to see me make all kinds of faces like I'm trying to understand you. But, I'm sorry, what? What was that?
So you don't agree.
No. Now that I understand, like I agree with you. There is a but to this though.
I knew it.
The but part is the fact that I guess like I had like a personal I felt like a personal reaction to it because it's like I felt like I was the realest when you first met me.
Realist.
Yeah, the realest me. the realest of me. And I wasn't famous then. Like people did not like me at all.
You wasn't famous.
No, I wasn't famous with people. Okay. People didn't like me. That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't mean like famous, but people didn't like me then at all. Yeah. Like to this day, like people are like practically traumatized as far as like how I presented then, because like I was really like, kept it real, said how I felt. I like to joke a lot, so it's like I would just be saying, sometimes it's like, sometimes I would say certain things that would be funny to people, but it would be like real things that I'm thinking, and some people would be laughing, so it make the situation worse because people think I'm like trying to play them, but it's like I'm literally just saying the thought that was in my head, and so it'll make the situation worse. So anyway, long story short, I felt like to keep the peace and keep from like hurting a lot of people's feelings, I had to kind of become 30-40% fake. And I don't know if that's everybody's story, because like sometimes people just really can't really deal with the real you. And sometimes it's like maybe people need to find people for them. I think that sometimes like people they want to have a relationship with a certain type of person, even though this person may not actually be for them, but they kind of like force it by becoming something else. So that could be another story or another subject. But
Yeah.
I felt like I had to kind of like bridle myself and
I mean, it depends
be
on
different.
if you want the attention of other people.
Yes,
And
exactly.
that's the thing is like, that's the other thing you got to let go. The attention of other people.
Mm.
You know, those people, if they don't like you for you, and I'm not saying being rude and stuff, but they don't like you for you, then they ain't for you then.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
feel like I should have to. I mean, at work, like I said, at work, do what you got to do. I mean, you gotta have a job. But the people in your circle and stuff like that, if they don't accept you for you not being all of, being social and all that other stuff and being fake and stuff, then I mean they ain't the right people for you. Cause I feel like the people that respect your honesty and you being genuine to who you are, they'll be around. To me, I don't really go about worrying about being friendly or being friends with anybody or whether somebody likes me. In my opinion, I mean, you either like me or you don't. And I don't struggle with trying to make sure that, and once you let that go, it makes life a lot easier because you're not worried about what people feel about you. Like, oh man, I wonder if they're talking about me. I know everybody, even people that like you will talk about you behind your back. And that's just part of life, you know what I'm saying? So I don't, but the people that really mess with you, regardless if they talk behind your back or not, they accept you. If they seen you in some distress, and they'll come to your aid, you know what I'm saying? And that's all that matters to me, you know what I'm saying? I don't really, but those other people that you have to be a person for, I feel like those are the people that maybe you need to let go, because it's too much work, man, to be a different person just so that someone likes you. That's miserable to me.
So my question to you is, it's probably an odd question, but how is your mental? Now that since you don't really kind of conform to, like, I guess what most people do as far as like trying to.
I'm great, man.
Really?
It's hard to believe because if people know my life, I don't do anything. I don't have friends, like a ton of friends, but I like it that way. I don't, because I think that more people, it just doesn't apply to everybody. There's some people that need people. Like, I need to have somebody around, and but I don't need people like that. I mean, there's obviously, because of society, you need some level of somebody to help in some sort of way, but I'm better because the thing is, when you put people, you as an individual have your own problems. Like, it's hard to live life as an individual today, in today's time. It's hard to live life, pay bills and dealing with work and stuff like that by yourself. But when you attach other people, they have problems too. A lot of times you're the person that they come to with their problems. So then you have to help them with their problems with also dealing with your own problems. And, it's just a compound thing, that you get when you have more and more people that rely on you and look at you for advice and things like that. And when you don't have that many people in that space to do that with, you kind of live in a space where you wake up not having to be concerned about what someone else's problems and drama. And it's hard to kind of also separate that stuff too. Like, dang man, I wonder if he's okay or whether if she's okay. And you put all of that stuff on you as an individual. It's kind of, you can drive yourself crazy. So I have one person in my life that I care deeply for. And I worry a lot about her and everything like that. That's my daughter. But everything else, and I have brothers and sisters who I care about them, but they're doing their own thing. And there's other people that will be in their space, and every so often I go around and check on them and stuff like that. But the dependency that they need from me and the dependency that I need from them isn't that high. I check on them to make sure they're okay every so often, but I think I'm better with that for me. Yeah, it's not for everybody. I think that people are so accustomed to certain things that, it's at this point in their life, if you're an older person, it's hard to let any of that go because you're so used to it. You're used to being the social butterfly and used to having a lot of attention and people and friends and things like that. And so for me, it was easier because I had never been that type of person. But for other people, it's maybe a harder scenario to let go because they've lived their entire life like that. But I don't feel like it's a good thing. I feel like, if you reflect on it, you think about, dang, man, if I didn't have to worry about it, think about this thing and, these other people, and, if I didn't have to, then maybe you might be able to move a little bit freer, but it's
Okay.
not, it's not for everybody, but I do feel like it would be healthier.
No, I
Like,
can see that. I'm glad that I asked some questions or whatever, try to get a better understanding because I really won't understand what you were saying, but I can see that. I can see the light now. I feel like in a sense getting to the point where you're at. As I get older, because I used to kind of want all the friends and all the attention, all the accolades and all the Grammys and Emmys, and I wanted to, be, a social EGOT,
Yeah.
And that's another thing too that I feel like people need to stop doing, as you saying too, in connection with what you're saying, is like, just kind of slow down, like, kind of like know who you are. It's like so many people, because I'm the male Oprah, so I be interviewing people, and there's so many people who don't know who they are. They don't know what they actually like. They don't know what they want. They so busy trying to be in everybody's face that they don't even know who they are. They have all these opinions and feelings, and they get they get their feelings hurt a lot, stuff like that. But it's like, but what do you want? What, like, if people can't even say like what they want in like in a relationship, they don't know. But they are steady judging. They stay judging the relationships and people and stuff like that. But what do you want? What do you feel like is good? In this in a relationship, people don't know what they want in their friendships. People don't know what they want in a relationship with their family. But they have all these feelings in response to what people are doing. So it's like I feel like instead of just feeling all these things, you need to really realize who you are, what you want, and then go from there. And a lot of people don't do that. So I really feel so. I do feel that way. So that's why I agree with you now that I'm understanding what you're saying. And like I said, I'm getting to that place a bit. Like I do want to have. I still want to be social, because I feel like when I get about 60, I'm not going outside. So I'm like trying to do as much stuff as I can now, because I can feel it. Like I really find so much happiness on my own and in my own space. And that wasn't always the case with me. Because like I said, I needed to be around everybody. But now it's like I just get so much peace being by myself, being home, watching the movies. It's been a couple of times too where it was different, where like I would like go out by myself. Like I would go to a restaurant by myself, or I'll go to the movies by myself. Stuff I wouldn't have done in my younger years. Yeah. And travel by yourself. Because you'd be surprised sometimes. It's like how you just kind of fall back when it comes to like group activities and things you'd be like, you just agree with because the majority want to do it, but you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But it's like when you start doing things solo, it's like you actually can do the things that you actually like and want to do and how you want to do it. So I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to get more mentally. I'm not like 100% the best. Like I still need Ayanla. But but I feel a lot better mentally than I did growing up.
Yeah, and then also it's just not for everybody, Like I can't, I see people doing stuff and it'd be stuff that I can't and I've always been this way. It's but I see it and everybody's like it has this. It's kind of like a blueprint that they've kind of followed from generation. It's generational. I don't want to say trauma or baggage or something like that, but I think it's just we assume that we need to do it because everybody has done it in the past. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to, how we perceive family and how we work, how we go about work and things like our work ethic and stuff like that. There's certain things like your grandparents did, like just like what we talked about on a prior episode was we just thought we had to grow up and get a job, and no one taught us that we should invest money and all this other stuff. And that's part of what we do as just in people in general. When your relationships, you see your parents, they have a way that they went about dealing with their relationships, and we just feel like, okay, you get this person, and it doesn't work the same way. I think through the generation, things have changed so much that you can't get the same relationship that those people had back then.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way. The morality is different. The way we see people is different. How you meet people is different. You might meet people online nowadays. Before, you might only have to deal with the people within your vicinity. You work next to them, or you met them in the grocery store. Now people don't meet like that anymore. Now people's values is different. Like now it's materialism. Hey, how much money do you got? Hey, what can you do? Can you buy me this? Can you do this for me? It's a transaction situation. If you don't fit those things, I can't get with you. You're not, you don't have the things that I need.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas back then it was more so about, who are you? Saying, hey, what's your parents? Can I meet your parents? How's your relationship with your family members? It's more about the person instead of about what that person has. So, but we got so much of this now that we can't. It's just so different from back then that it's impossible for you to ever believe that you can get the same type of thing that your parents or your grandparents had, with connections, with friendships and things like that, because we just are totally different. So much has happened in so short of a time that now there's so much of a gap. I thought about this the other day. It's like, when people start thinking about like the generation, this newer generation, I would say more so, before we had a visual concept of what things are, they don't remember that. I seen someone talk about like, hey, when did guys start doing this? Start asking, like having problems and yelling, like, having debates with their women and da 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 da. And I was like, that's profound in a way, because I'm like, the reason why they believe this never happened is because there's no video documentation for it. Nowadays, everything's video. People are having an argument and someone's secretly recording them.
Yeah.
And so you're like, see, these men are all feisty and da 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 da. But men kind of always been that way. Or women, when did women start doing this? But now it's because of now social media and smartphones and cameras are everywhere. It's like women probably always did certain things.
Yeah. But
there was no video documentation of it. But because now we videotape and seeing things, it's like now we're like, when did this happen? And we can always relate back and say, hey, I remember when we were always doing that. But there's this newer generation. I don't remember my dad doing that, or but you don't know because there's no video documents for it.
That probably adds to, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
That probably adds to why people are fake too, because now it's like we're being watched more than ever. Everything is judged more than ever, it seemed like. And so it's like, I think people out here are scared. Like I've literally talked to people who are afraid to talk to the opposite sex because of they don't want to, I don't know, be a part of the movements or whatever. They don't want to say nothing crazy or wrong. Because back in the day, you could just say whatever, Not saying it's good or bad or right or whatever, but like, so now it's like people are scared, like, to even flirt or whatever, because like because like sometimes that's like how you get into a relationship. Like back in the day, like you would flirt, like you will say, you will say certain things, what I'm saying, to kind of, push that, the idea that you're interested.
Yeah.
Of course, some people went to the extremes with it and stuff too, but everything just got weird, and I think people are just kind of like confused, they scared. Like you said, everything is videotaped now, so it's like there's people who like said, like some of the celebrities, and they get caught up in a scandal, and they be like, I never said that, and somebody will somehow find a video from 1996. And and you get in trouble for something in 1996.
Yeah,
that's why I'm kind of like, I'll be scared to be a celebrity now. You know what I'm saying?
Like Kevin Hart in the Oscar thing.
Like I'll be scared.
And
like
that's why, like,
I be saying some crazy stuff.
Yeah, because I think I think it was Steve Harvey. They was like, hey, would you go back to doing stand up? And he was like, I don't know if I could do that right now because he has, this family friendly thing, and he has the Family Feud, and he has the talk shows and stuff like that. And what he could have said back in the day would have just been a funny thing. But if you say the wrong thing,
you're gonna lose all your stuff.
Lose your TV show. It's certain things you can't say no more.
No,
you can't. It's taboo. It's not that it's like the sensitivity of people have gotten really, really sensitive. And I get that you can always feel offended about anything. It's hard to have a conversation without someone feeling offended about it because they're like, especially because now you can get your opinion out to everybody, the masses. Before it might be a little bit in your circle or somebody, and somebody may still be offended, but it didn't go that far. Now, if you post something on social media, or you put something in a clip or something like that, or you get someone catches you off guard having a conversation and they're like, hey, what? It can offend somebody, and if it offends a group of, now that everybody's connected in some way, now that whole group can all get together and say, hey, you don't like that? Me neither. I don't like it neither. Yeah, let's all go. And then they all have a petition to take some, it's a whole thing with it, So it's just a different time where the baggage that you need to let go is the fact that everybody, when you walk outside, everybody's not going to like you. Now everybody's going to, move to the way that you move and see things the way that you see it. And there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're doing what they're doing and not doing it to you, you're over there, I'm over here, you do that stuff over there. As long as you're not messing with me, but now it's like, I don't care if you're not messing with me. I don't want you doing it at all. And it's kind of like, it's not that it wasn't already happening. It's that now it's like pushed in front of people's face, and now people have to either deal with it. And I think also is when it affects other people, like the stuff that kids are interacting with. Like, dang, I don't want my kid to see that. I don't, and now it's all, and I think that's the thing too. But I think that's where parenting and stuff like that comes into play. Because like we couldn't listen to rap music in my household when I was younger. But when I started listening to it, I was able to decipher what I wanted to listen to. Like I can take the artistry of it and not take the other negative stuff with it. And I think that's a product of your parenting. Your parents kind of make sure that you're understanding what this is. You know what I'm saying? And so I think if you do that, if you do a good job as being a parent, then you'll have a better scenario when your kids interact with certain stuff. They won't absorb it. They won't say, "Oh, I need to do that thing." They're like, "No, that's something they're doing. I can see that. I could take certain parts from it, but I'm not doing that." And that's all it is. But I do feel like that's the separation now, is because the time where you can do those things, and there will be small groups of people that may be offended, or maybe they weren't offended at all. They might have just thought it was funny because that's what it was. It was a joke. I didn't mean it to be serious. But some people can't take jokes anymore. Now everything is, you mean it, and you meant to hurt my feelings, and it's like they don't technically know you. Like it's but that's just one of the things I feel like people should let go. Is being offended by everything. If you don't know the person personally and you're not speaking directly to a person, you shouldn't always take it offensively. I know this kind of like, oh no, well, if I say the N-word or whatever it is, then you shouldn't, because I ain't talking to you personally. It's like, there's certain things that, maybe I still don't think you should feel offended by it, because you're giving that person the power. I feel like, hey man, look, the more you offended by it, the more power you give that person, in my opinion. Because they're like, oh, it hurts your feelings. Okay, now I'm gonna keep saying it. And it's like, will you blame me? I don't even bother me. And they say it, and now they gotta find another way to try to get at you. But as long as you offended by it, they just know every time I say it, you'll flick the switch with you. You're giving those people the power to manipulate your feelings in sort of way. I feel like that's what you need to let go, in my opinion. And in 2026, we need to start letting that stuff go. Be your own person. Like I said, it's not always about being honest and being real to hurt somebody. It's like, you can say something that may be real, but do it in a way, or maybe you don't say nothing at all. Maybe that might be the way of you getting your point across, but without hurting somebody else. In my opinion, but
yeah, I don't I can't get the words out. I'm having a stroke. I had that Arby's earlier.
Is that
Arby's? No, it's crazy. Like most people, when I deal with most people, I don't really have any type of feelings about most people I don't know. But like if it's like somebody who I'm friends with, or somebody I feel close to, it could be like a family or friend or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be like super sensitive to what people say. But I'm still working on it now at this age where not really taking offense. Because like sometimes it's like you have to kind of hear a whole story. Like sometimes it's like people hang on words, and sometimes people don't really articulate things probably the best when they're like expressing themselves about, and you're in the subject. And sometimes when you like are really quick to get offended and don't really listen to exactly what this person had to say in its entirety and really try to understand, the situation was just with you just now. Like I had to really, instead of just judge. Like initially I judged it, but then it's like, okay, well, let me ask some more questions to get to better understanding. And I don't feel like people do that as much now. They don't. They just get quick to be upset and offended, and not really listen to not really try to really get a sense of what a person is actually saying. Because sometimes people do not articulate things well, especially when it's coming from the heart. Like you just got all this emotion and this feeling, and yeah, you could have said it better or whatever, but you were speaking honestly. You were speaking from the heart, and maybe it wasn't like a book. Like people like to read or whatever. Maybe it was a perfect story. But but if you actually try to listen and pay attention, and if you get a point where it's like it's a little confusing, ask questions. People don't do that. They just get offended, and that's something that I've been like. I had an epiphany recently about this, that for myself personally, and I noticed with other people that people they don't really listen very well, and along with that, it's because people don't articulate things the best. And sometimes you have to leave the emotion out of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how we're going to move forward if people are scared to talk. How are you going to get closer with your, friends, family members, whoever, you're dating or married to? Like, how you going to get closer with them if they can't even articulate? You don't get on the space to articulate how they actually feel and not take it personally. You know what I'm saying? Like if you dating somebody and dating a girl and she say that she wished that you communicate better with her, and in your mind you feel like what are you talking about? We talk all the time. I say everything that needs to be said. Like what are you saying? You know what I'm saying? So that can automatically make somebody upset, especially if they feel like they're a good communicator. Like me, like if my wife was to come to me and be like, I don't feel like I communicate well. I pride myself in communication. That's like my thing. Like I communicate how I feel. I communicate what I like, what I don't like. Like I feel like I'm the king communicator. So she came to me like with that, I'm gonna be like, "What you talking about?" And sometimes it might just be a specific thing. It might just be like the way I communicate. So sometimes you have to like sit down. You have to listen. And really take the emotion out and really try to understand what this person is actually saying.
Yeah, that's easier said than done.
Yeah,
it is, because like I said, the thing I was talking about before, we're used to a certain way of interacting with people. You don't say the honest thing. If someone says, your wife comes up to you and say, "Do I look fat in this dress?" You don't say the truth. You tell her, "Yeah, no, you look beautiful in the dress."
So what would you say if that situation came up? I'm just curious.
If someone said, "Do I look fat in this
if your
dress?"
wife came up to you and be like, "Do I look fat in this dress?" You being you, how would you answer that?
You look like a Teletubby.
Oh my God, divorce. Okay. Got it.
Look.
Divorce.
I love you. I don't, you look good to me, but
super divorce.
Don't wear that dress out, please.
Oh my God.
I don't want people laughing.
Oh,
I don't want people, snickering behind our
oh my
backs. I want you to
goodness.
know,
Oh,
because I love you. I'm not gonna
oh my
let you go
God.
out looking like that.
This poor lady.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Take that off.
Oh.
Take it off. You know, put
You
this
said
on.
take
This
it
this 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 looks a
off.
little bit better. This right here, meat this a little looser.
Oh.
Still look good and a little. But for you, this ain't gonna work. Just don't put that on. This is for me and you. All right. It's not just you. I love you. You know what I mean. But don't put that on, please.
I'm glad I asked. Thank you.
Now you say that's a divorce. The thing is that if that's a divorce, I maybe shouldn't be with that person.
I mean, I was just being
Now I
funny.
think that's the truth though, because most people get divorced over stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't be too honest. You can't be too, you gotta lie a lot of the times, just to make it through the day.
I think because people like they just not built for it tough like they used to be, and you know, I don't know if we ever been for it tough for real, but
No.
like to be like sometimes like people they have trauma, and so when they grow up and they choose, because like you choose a mate, you choose friendships, right? You don't
Yeah.
choose your family.
No.
So when you in a situation where you chose something or chose a person to be in your life, sometimes it's like you kind of have a selfish way of looking at it. Sometimes you want it to be exactly how you need it to be. And if somebody not saying the right things, you kind of like put it together with whatever trauma you had. So if like you were emotionally abused a lot from growing up by your family, saying you will never amount to anything, you're whack, you're terrible, you look dumb, and then you get older, you get in a relationship with somebody and they say something that's kind of like negative. You just kind of like, oh, this is kind of like, oh, it's, like the trauma that I experienced. And sometimes it's like, it's just somebody just being, like you said, honest.
Yeah.
Again, yes, a person could try to work on articulating things better, but we're not robots.
Yeah.
And, our everyday life is not a storytelling book. So where we actually saying the best words and stuff like that. I'm not saying people shouldn't choose their words carefully, but I do feel like sometimes you have to, because like sometimes I feel like people are just using English the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people are taking words that and putting different meanings behind English words and then getting offended,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I agree. I just think that you need time and space. I think that heals a lot of the problems that people deal with. When you have the space, that's why like relationships are kind of the hardest. I commend those people that can be in a relationship because you need a lot of patience to deal with that person on a consistent basis because, y'all are two individuals trying to be one unit.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not always going to agree. Y'all always going to have some type of contention about the way things should be done. So to deal with that is kind of hard to deal with. So when you can work it out and those people can stay together, that's commendable. But I do feel like it's harder for people like that. That's why when you're in the house with your, I mean, for me, it's like being in the house with my siblings. I couldn't really stand most of them because you're in each other's space.
Mm-hmm.
You're not agreeing with each other. I'm going to use this. Hey, it's my turn to do this. I have no privacy type scenario. And when you move apart, you get a chance to kind of miss the person. You get a chance to kind of reminisce on things and how things were. And then when you have that time where maybe not getting along, you can go back to your place and you got that separation where
That's true.
now I can shit and I'll go back over the next week and it's like nothing happened. But when you're in underneath each other, you're sitting there, y'all are dealing with each other consistently. It's hard because people I think aren't really meant to be like that consistently. I do feel like there needs to be times where you have space and then you can come back and kind of appreciate that person because of the time that you had apart. So when you can do that on a regular basis and deal with those people like all the time, I do believe we're supposed to be we're selfish in nature. Like I think naturally we're selfish. We're survival of our unit. Who I am, I'm supposed to survive. So scarce on food, I'm supposed to make sure I get the food. To kind of take that and say, oh no, you have this, I'll starve. It's hard to do because I don't think your body's natural nature is like, no, we need to eat. You know, to deal with someone else's feelings when you're having to deal with your own feelings. You're like, dang, I got a lot of stuff going on. Last thing I need is to deal with you. It's kind of like that's to say, okay, wait, what do you want? I know I'm dealing with something, but forget me right now. What do you need me to do is hard to do. So for me, I do feel like that is a commendable thing to do. I can't do it, so that's why I'm where I am.
Yeah,
and it works best for me because I don't have to. I do have to deal with it with my daughter, but I can deal with that because the problems ain't that big right now. It's like, hey, I want to go outside. You're like, no, you can't go outside. But you know, to deal with that as a human being is tough, and that's even with friendships and things like that. You know, so you know, but that's just it's just life. You know, but I do feel like we need to let go a lot of stuff like that. You know, the Arby's, the 7-Eleven, the
we got deep after the fast food.
It might need to go, but I think the other stuff needs to go more so than the glizzies and the meats and the
I do feel like the people need to definitely do some mental changes
for sure.
I do feel like it's kind of too late though, but
for sure.
But I heard you say for sure. Okay.
But for sure, But this was a good conversation. Maybe next episode we won't be so serious. I know I'm normally the guy that starts the seriousness.
You feel like this topic was serious?
I mean, the Arby's part, the food, fast food and stuff was kind of lighthearted, but the other,
as far as everybody
I made it a little darker.
Oh yeah, that's what you do though.
That's part of who I am. You know what I mean? I turn it into the darkness.
Don't know what to say.
But it's all good. But next episode we'll try to make it a little bit more lighthearted. Maybe we'll talk about I don't know.
We'll find something.
And music or something.
No, we're definitely not talking about that. But
it'll
be a surprise. It'll be a surprise. No, it'll be a surprise for both of us. Yeah. So tune in next time.
A musical next time or something. You know what I mean?
You want to sing? Do a musical? You want to do Oklahoma?
No.
We could do Oklahoma. Like we just do like a say.
That would be funny. That would be
Oklahoma.
Don't give them too much right now.
Oh yeah.
Don't give them too much right now. They have to watch the next.
Yeah, I ain't know we knew about that, did y'all?
Yeah, you have to give them. Yeah, that'll probably be Sound of Music and King of
exactly.
What
they know about that? What they know about that? Black folks know about that.
Yeah, that'll be fun that episode, But we had a good conversation, So if you want more conversations like this, tune in to Mike's podcast,
Like and subscribe.
We'll catch you next time.